Well, hi, my friends. This is Jay, and this is Jay's Knit and Purl Jam. And since we're in the middle of February, of course, this is Valentine month. And I wanted to bring you my new tutorial for Valentine's as much as I could. So, in order to, since February, of course, is a very short month, I had to think of another way to get it all in. So guess what? We're going to do a knit along. We are going to knit along. It's Jay's Knit, a sweet roll top-down cardigan. Yes, I said it. Top down, finally. So many have asked Jay, do a formula, give us a simple top-down cardigan. I guess because, if you still pretty new to knitting, working all those pieces or even working the large piece like I do from bottom up, it is overwhelming. So I got busy, start working samples, and the problem is I just couldn't decide on which sample, and some I liked and some I had to frog and some I just threw away. But I think this one will be the charm. We'll say 3 times the charm. Well, first of all, look what I have. I have a card for you. It says, make sure that I have it on camera so you can see it. It says, I think you're special on Valentine's Day and always. Look at that. Let me read a little bit. You're someone I liked from the moment we met. Someone who's always too nice to forget. No wonder my thoughts turned so gladly your way. With lots of good wishes on Valentine's Day. And this card I got from the Dollar Tree, and it is a Tender Thoughts card. You can see them, they're at Dollar Tree. And they're very nice cards, and that was just perfect. As you can see, Bird and I have our box of chocolates too. Bird, life is like a box of chocolates. What do you think of that? I'll let you watch our chocolates so nobody runs off with our chocolates while I show my friends what we're going to make. All right, let me set it up. Okay, so here is the sample that I was wearing in the last video. Since this was my sample or my prototype, to do my math and my working formula on, I just reached in and found some just everyday yarn. I use simple yarn because I'm just really sharing, and I'm just trying to use up our stash also. But once you see if you like the sweater and you give it a try and tweak it, because you do have to tweak it. I had to tweak mine several times. Then you can always get nicer yarn, but you will have the idea or the pattern or the working formula down to the size or the numbers that will fit you. So looking at this, I believe this was some Red Heart with Love. This was just some, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this yarn for a nice sweater, but for a prototype or when I'm doing samples, I'm just trying to get the numbers right. And once I get the numbers right, then I go to a nicer yarn, like I said. But this is, as you can see, it's top down, the very simple top down, not anything fancy yet. But this is like you say, this is like a pattern. This is, once you find your numbers, and I'm going to walk you through all of that, then we can come back later and do a different sweater, and we can put lace and cables, because this will stay the same. The numbers will stay the same. I can just knit this sweater over and over and over, and I can put all kind of designs, anything I want, coming down the front, going up the back, coming down the sleeve, changing the sleeve, putting a collar, changing the neck. But the numbers that I figured that work for me, then I can just use this as my pattern, as my guide, and now I have a top-down sweater. So let me talk real quickly about what you're going to need, because like I said, this was the month is short. I just had so much going on, and it was hard to try to fit all of this in. So I decided to do a knit along. In this video, this presentation, I'm going to show you the supplies that you will need to help you, tell you the yarns that I suggest, and very simple. And then, of course, show you the needles. And that way you will have time to go ahead and decide, find your yarn, get everything together. And then the next video, we're going to do it in steps. This one, of course, is top down. So I will go through first of all, I'm going to go through all the sizes. And then you pick a size. I'm going to tell you how to do that. But we will start at the neck. That will be on one video. We will work all the way to the underarm. And that will be the next part of the video, on a separate video. It's a knit along. And then from under the arm to the rest of the body, to the length of the body of the sweater. So I hope you, for all those who've been wanting to give it a try, I got on the YouTube and I looked and looked and looked, and I'm telling you, everybody would tell you almost, they give you almost something, and I couldn't quite, I have to think, I have to see it, I have to make it fit in the way I think, because like I said, I don't write up patterns, but I'd like step by step. I can show you quicker than I can try to write it up. So I decided to throw my hat in the ring, and this will be my version of a very simple. Now this is a simple. We'll go up, we'll graduate and do short rows and all that later. This is like the cardigan, top down cardigan number 1. This is to get your numbers and help you to find a fit. So this is it. Just very plain front and back. Oh, I did find me some buttons the other day at Joann's, but I only got 2 cards. Now I only got 4, so I need 2 more. So I've got to go get another thing of cards. They were just some really pretty little crystal looking buttons. I thought that was pretty. Of course, and I can always put a pin, or I'm good at putting a scarf, doing me some type of scarf. I can have a pin, or we can always add our look at there, our stick pins, crystal. We can do that. So there's a lot of things that this cardigan that you will be able to use it and to wear it. So let's go over the supplies, because this is what this part of the video. This is a presentation showing you what we're going to make, and then each video after this will go into depth. Step by step. All right. Now the next thing is yarns. All right, well, let's do needles first. First thing I want to tell you is I work this. If you're going to work this sweater, and we're going to be, once I help you find your numbers, and we start working these sweaters just on and off all during the year. We can do, you've seen me do bottom up, now we're adding top down too. All right. I will be knitting this sweater on a US number 9. A US number 9 all the way. I try to make it simple. I try to make it the supplies easy to get. I use a number 9 for the body of the sweater, for all those stitches, because you're working a back, 2 fronts, and 2 sleeves all on one needle. I have a number 9, either a 36 or 48 in length. 48 would be the better. If you may have to go to a yarn shop to buy it or order it online. I don't think Joann carries 48s. But you can start with a 36 and see how far you can get. But there will be a lot of stitches. But number 9. So these are needles you're going to look for. And like I said, I use clover. That's how I started. I don't have a problem with you using whatever you want. That's up to you. But number 9s or 36 or 48 in length. I've got mine in the sweater. For the sleeves, you will need a number 9 16-inch. You will need a number 9, at least a 16-inch, so that we can work our sleeves. And it depends on how long you want your sleeves. You may not have to go down to the double points. I have double points. Since we're going to be doing ribbing, I suggest that you go ahead. Like I said, since I buy my needles from Joann's or whatever, I use a coupon. So it's not like we're breaking the bank, people. We're using Yarn Out of My Stash, and you can get a coupon, or you can go online and get a coupon, and I can get number 9s, double pointed needles. You need a set of those. On the 9/16, I know this is going to sound crazy, but you need at least 3. I have, I buy them when I buy mine, and with a coupon, I buy 2 at a time. So I always have these because I knit this style sweater, whether top down or bottom up. And since we're going to knit this all in number 9s, go ahead and invest in these simple needles so that once we start, we can just keep going. We don't have to stop and you go, oh, I don't have that. Oh, no, just go ahead. If you want to knit this sweater, I'm taking you through a number 9. That's what I'm using. And, I want you to come out with good results too. Now the yarns. All these yarns. Ooh, wait. Okay. The first yarn comes to mind that calls for a number 9. I use mainly just regular yarn. I'm going to come in just a little bit now. I've been using Vanna for years. It's a good yarn. It's by Lions brand. Like I say, once you get the sweater, the whole idea down and the concept, then you can buy whatever yarn you want. You're going to have the knowledge. All I'm doing is sharing. So Vanna would be a great yarn you could use. Look in your stash. You're going to need at least three skeins, maybe even 4. I always buy 4 skeins. That's just the way I do. I can't make anything unless I have at least 4 skeins, just so I know I have it. All right. Next one here is Lions brand, Heartland. They call for a number 9 also. If you have some Heartland yarn. This is Biscayne. Very pretty. Oh, pink. Really pretty pink for February. Don't you think so? I think that's real pretty. But anyway, this is Heartland yarn. A lot of you have this. Now, but the reason I wanted to try some of this yarn that some of you, I know you have in your stash, because I watch you and I see you all the time, and you're always buying this yarn for shawls and other things. Here is Yarn Inspiration. This is Karen's Baby Cakes. Look at that color. Little pink in there, little white, This is Karen's Baby Cake. Now it's a 4, and they call for an 8, but we will be working it with a number 9. You need at least 3 skeins of this, at least. These have a little more yardage in it, maybe. Let's see how many yards in here. 231, but I get at least 3. Unless you're just maybe a really extra larger size, then go ahead and get 4. Get a coupon, look for it on sale. But what I knitted mine in, because like I said, I don't have any experience with this or the mandalas type yarns, but Joann's had their sweet roll on sale. Here's their sweet roll, hence Jay's Knit a sweet roll top down cardigan. There's 245 yards, and I bought 3 skeins of this. In fact, I got it in a couple of different colors. Here's another color. Isn't that pretty? 3 skeins. I just went ahead and got 3 of these and 3 of these. They had it on sale. And this is what I'm going to knit this top down carton. This is our knit along. So let me show you what it looks like as I started on the needle, so that you can decide maybe the look of it, which one or one of the others you might like. All right, be right back. Okay, so let's talk a minute. Well, I'm very, very kind of solid. Most of my yarn I pick out is solid colors, but I got real excited. Like I said, I wasn't familiar. I see you guys are always using this, but mainly in shawls and things. And I just thought, well, it felt thick enough that I want a sweater. Well, I wasn't for sure, but once I started knitting it up, even on this 48, it looks small. I know you're going to think, Jay, that looks small. No, it's all scrunched up. This is a 48, and you can see the number of stitches that we're going to have, that even that looks small. But isn't that exciting? I cannot wait to wear something like this. Oh my gosh. I've been trying it, kind of laying it across my shoulders just to see how it would look in all these bright, pretty colors. Isn't that pretty? I'll zoom in just a little bit. Isn't it? Oops. Oh, sorry. Don't get sick. Jay, stay away from the zoom. So isn't that pretty? Okay, so this sweater, we will not be picking up stitches. We will include the button band in the design. The way I'm going to work it, it will already include the button band. So you won't have to worry about picking up stitches. So I suggest that you go ahead and maybe when you get your yarn, pick out some buttons. Not large ones, just kind of small or medium. Here's some that I had from Joann's. They were on sale, and look, I didn't even know they matched, and they are perfect. Look at that. Isn't that perfect? And I have 2 cards of it. I normally always buy at least 2 cards when I buy my buttons at Joann's. Isn't that pretty? And then, just like I said the other day, I was over there. These are staples. I keep these little buttons all the time. They're kind of iridescent, so they'll match anything you put them next to. Look at that. Just automatically, they will match. And they look really nice and very, professional on a sweater. They're nice and tidy and small, and they will fit right into our little button band. Our button band will already be on the sweater when we're done. You won't have to pick up anything or anything. It will all be done once we reach the bottom edge and finish. So you might want to pick up a few buttons when you decide on which of these yarns, but I wanted you to see how it was going to look. If that will help you, if you like me and not really familiar with this yarn, but like I said, most of you, I see you guys, y'all have it all the time. So a lot of you, like I said, just look in your stash, you probably got a whole lot of it right now. But as you can see, I'm working on this. Now this knit along is going to be done in real time. And you won't have to wait long for the video. It'll be like up in just a few days, or at least every week you'll get the next step. The first step we will start, like I said, first we're going to go over trying to help you get a size. And you will simply do that either by a regular swatch. I'm not a professional knitter, but I am a seasoned knitter. I use real knitting principles. If you are, if you're used to using a regular swatch where you knit your little piece and then, count your stitches and measure the area by inches, I'll show you that. Or the way I do it, I just count out and see how many stitches it takes to go a certain distance. But my thing is, if you've been working with me long enough, I round my numbers up or down to the next number divisible by 4. So if I wind up with 43 for something, well, 43 is not going to work. You either got to go up to 44 or go down. You just have to go up, and then that becomes a base number. And then I'll show you how I write up the little formula for the different sizes that I came up with, using myself as an example. Math tumbles itself. If once I found my size, then all I had to do was work the math to go up, or either work the math to go down and find other sizes. But now, you may have to tweak after we finish this first one. You may say, well, I need more in the arm, or I need a couple of more. But you don't have to redo the whole formula. You just either go up or down by 2 stitches or 4 stitches. Very simple, because my numbers are compatible and are divisible by the number 4. Makes it really easy. It's not rocket science, and it's not, like I said, it's not it's not magic. It's just very basic, simple, easy fit knitting that I try to bring and present to you in a very, I call it just a very simple way. So, what do you think? Are you in? Are we going to do this? I'm all geared up. Like I said, I've given you the supplies. Go find your stuff. This is like a scavenger hunt, isn't it? Find all your supplies, decide on which one. Then you have an idea how the sweater's going to look with these stripes. You might just totally be not want stripes. Then find some of the other yarns, or look on the band. I use number 4 weight yarn. You know, I work in number 4 weight. And anything, especially if it says a number 9, that's, like I say, it's you're welcome to change the yarn, but just make sure you don't go down, don't try to go down to number 3, because we will be working in a number 9. We will work smaller yarn at another date, because you have to recalculate the numbers, because that's a different size needle. Oh, one other thing too. In this presentation, that's all this is. This is just a presentation video of my first knit along. Well, some of my friends, especially the ones that are in Puerto Rico, and my friends in Beverly in Barbados. Okay, they're in a warmer climate, and I'm sure, she says, she would like to do some of the things that I knit or crochet. Well, try this. See if you can find some cotton in a number 4 weight. Look on the little band. See if it says you're looking for that 4 in the window. It'll kind of tell you the weight of the yarn. See, like a 4. All right. See if you can find some cotton. It can be cotton and silk. It can be cotton and acrylic. It can be cotton and something else, some kind of blend. It doesn't matter. But see if you can find something like, like cotton, and not, maybe not this acrylic, or definitely not wool. That's those that are in the very cold areas, like my friend Belinda. All right. You may be looking for, you may say, well, I don't really want to do mine in acrylic. And if long as you're experiencing wool, I am not. But, if you can find some wool in a medium weight, the number 4, wool blend, superwash, or whatever, that we can work a number 9 on, then you can simply change your yarn also. I just don't, I don't work in wool, so I will leave that to you. But as far as knitting up, it should knit up just fine. So I think I've covered all the bases in this presentation. Jay's Knit, a sweet roll top-down cardigan. Just for my friends on the YouTube. And like I say, get out, find your supplies. I'm going to be working in real time, but I will start again at the top. But I will have this down far enough so that, I can be ahead of you. And we'll just knit together. What do you think of that? All right. You've got your assignment. If you choose to accept it. Now the scavenger hunt begins. I wish you luck on finding the perfect yarn and the perfect buttons for your top-down sweater. Take care. See you soon.